The first park opened in San Diego, California on March 21, 1964. The then recent college graduate owners of SeaWorld, Milton C. Shedd, Ken Norris, David DeMott, and George Millay, had originally planned for their company to be an underwater restaurant and marine show. This concept was too complicated and the group decided to turn their restaurant into a park. In the beginning, they had only dolphins and sea lions plus 6 attractions on 22 acres of land. They quickly learned the park was going to be more popular than they had originally planned, so it was time to start looking for new real estate. Aurora, Ohio was the lucky land. Today, SeaWorld has 5 locations in Florida, 2 in California, 2 in Texas, 2 in Virginia, and 1 in Pennsylvania. SeaWorld also has custody of 4 orcas in Loro Parque in Spain, and plans to build a park in Dubai have been contemplated. As SeaWorld was expanding their empire to Ohio, they also introduced new animal exhibits, including penguins and orcas. The first being the original Shamu in 1965.
After a few months, Griffin captured a companion for Namu. This was a 2-year-old female, Shamu. He hoped that someday the two would mate. But Shamu was rough and hard to handle. Griffin decided to sell her instead. Shamu was shipped off to SeaWorld in San Diego. She was the first killer whale to travel overland and by air. Shamu was out of the water for more than 10 hours, but she would be none the worse for the experience. This was the beginning of a booming market for killer whales and of bitter controversy. Some saw captive whales as helpless victims of human greed. As time went on, protest would mount.
The original Shamu died in 1971, only 6 years after her capture at just 9 years old, supposedly from pyometra, a condition that usually affects cats and dogs, not whales. Anyway, we'll get to that suspicious point later. For now, it's important to note that although SeaWorld has been gaining a lot of negative attention over the revelation of some controversial information, the things that people are upset over have been going on for over 50 years, not just 10 to 20 like most think.